Would you call the roll, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Here.
Jason Blair.
Here.
Melissa Hunt.
Here.
Louis Williams. Adam Webb. Mark Ham. Glenn
Here.
Lewis.
Here. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Some of you didn't know, but since the meeting was canceled on Monday night and it was moved to the night, we had to post it, so it was 15 minutes later. And,
I'm sorry.
It's all Jason's
okay.
fault.
Item number 2 is the consent docket. Approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held July 18th, 2022. Item B is receive the minutes of the regular planning commission meeting held June 14th, 2022. Item C is accept a 10-foot drainage easement on Lot 4, Block 18 of the Waters Addition, Phase 5, Moore, Cleveland County, Oklahoma. Application by Tabor Homes. Item D is accept a 5-foot drainage easement on Lot 5, Block 18 of the Waters Addition, Phase 5, Moore, Cleveland County, Oklahoma. Application by Tabor Homes. Item E is reappoint Ralph Sherrard and Sheila Hayworth to the Board of Adjustment for a 3-year term. Item F is reappoint Brandon Labe, Guy Luno, and Ralph Sherrard to the Planning Commission for a 3-year term. Item G, approve an additional $300 to correct a typographical error on the purchase of a 2023 Lightning loader body from J&R Equipment on the state contract number SW197. Previously, $128,300 was approved. Item H is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021-2022 in the amount of $658,359.56 and approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2022 and 2023 in the amount of $2,681,717.12.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 3 is consider approval of ordinance number 1002-22, amending Part 9, Chapter 11 of Records and Towing Services, Section 9-1101 through 9-1110 by adding definition, adding inspection requirements, defining processes for suspension and revocation of city licenses, limiting on-site vehicle storage, adding site requirements for a storage yard, and providing for a 1-year amortization period, establishing a rotation log agreement, establishing a process for removal or suspension from rotation log agreement, and establishing process for removal or suspension from the rotation log, and repealing section 9-1111 through 9-1112. This is providing for severability and providing for a repealer.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This process has been undertaken for quite some time now, just to kind of give you a brief recap of where we're at. We did hold a first informational meeting with the Record Services on March 3rd of this year, where we had what I'm calling the version 1 proposed ordinance. That was given to them. They were able to take it home, read it through, and we asked for them to submit questions or if they had any concerns. And we did get 9 questions that we then answered, and we considered the version 1 ordinance on April 18th. At that time, concerns were brought up about some additional issues that were not either brought up in the questions, might have come up later, or we did not answer satisfactorily. So we did hold a second meeting, and that was done on July 6th, I believe. And there we presented what I'm calling version 2, which is the version that you have in front of you today. In this version, we did address their concerns that were brought up at City Council meeting to the best of our abilities. And then we also opened it up for more of a discussion for them to bring up any other concerns they might have with either the ordinance or just the business practices and more concerning wreckers. It was much more of a conversational meeting. So we got some really good feedback from that meeting, and I'll go over what was changed here. So the version 1 includes a license renewal on January 1st. At that time, you would have an annual inspection of their storage yard. For all of the stored vehicles, there would be a 1-year storage time limit, unless there's extenuating circumstances, like an ongoing investigation or something like that. The version 1 also included a process of license suspension and revocation. And all stored vehicles should be stored behind a site-proof fence, and no auto business on the same lot as a wrecker service. We also had the version 1 created a rotation log agreement where we would limit this wrecker services to 5 operating within the city, but not kicking anyone off currently. Also, that the Title 42 fee, which is the state fee where wreckers can then obtain ownership of that vehicle and sell it at auction or otherwise dispose of it. That fee cannot be charged until day 3 of storage, giving a citizen some time to come and pick their vehicle up. And that each storage yard must have a place of business on site that meets zoning and building requirements. That's just a place to do business. And no cash-only wrecker services on rotation. So you probably remember some of the comments we received from that meeting. Version 2 includes all of those same things. I won't go back over them, but I'll point out the differences. The first difference is that no auto business can be located on the same lot as a wrecker service, except for those businesses that have a certificate of occupancy issued prior to January 1st of 2022. That will take care of any wrecker service that is currently in operation that also has a accessory motor vehicle business on the same lot. So that should take care of that issue. We're not putting anybody out of business. Any new wrecker services that come in or have an occupancy permit application that has a body shop or auto repair on the same lot would not be approved.
Is that the majority of them right now, Elizabeth?
That is not the majority
Oh,
of
good,
them.
okay.
There's only one.
That's,
that
right, there's only
has
one
this.
that's, yeah.
Perfect, thank you.
Based on the comments we've received from the wrecker services, we went ahead and reduced the amount of wrecker services to 4. They seem to be very okay with that, knowing that no one would be kicked off. But they understand, I mean, they have the same problem. The more you spread it out amongst more wreckers, the less money they bring in. So they are in favor of reducing the numbers down. And speaking with the police department, we would probably not want to go lower than 4 because we do still need to have that service that we offer the residents. And then the other issue was the cash-only issue. After hearing their concerns, we expressed what our challenges were with that, and we determined that there was another way to go about it. So they can be cash-only services. What we are going to be doing is reprinting some of our paperwork to let people know in big, bold letters that they need to be prepared to bring cash. And then the wrecker services said that they were investigating putting some ATM machines on their sites. So that would take care of all of the items in the ordinance. And they did have a copy of this version 2. There were some other issues brought up at the meeting that were a lot less controversial. So they would like to have quarterly meetings. The police department said they can certainly facilitate that. So we'll begin to have quarterly meetings again. They also brought up that there are several wreckers in the city that are not included in the rotation, but are still wrecker services, and they wanted to make sure that those were being licensed. After consulting with the Department of Public Safety, there is a separate wrecker service category called Class G, and we do have 2 of those in the city. From what we can tell, they're just wrecker services that might just transport a car from point A to point B. They don't do any storage. So we will be working with them to get licensed in the future. And then also there's a $20 fee that is due to the police department anytime a wrecker service wants to designate a car as a Title 42 car to release it to their custody. They wanted us to be able to not collect that fee, to eliminate that fee, and we're working to find a way to do that, but still to maintain our levels of income that we receive from that. So that's a work in progress. We'll be looking at that probably next fiscal year to see if there's some other fees that can offset that, because it does bring in more money than you would think. So.
Well, I mean, don't they, can they not pass that on the Title 42? I mean,
I actually don't know the answer to that. I would think they could, but I don't know.
Yeah, they can pass it on, and they end up passing it on by other fees.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. At this point, I think that we've addressed all of their concerns.
Does staff feel comfortable with this?
Yes, I think that this will actually help the community development department, it helps the police department, and it helps the city clerk's department. So, I mean, this ordinance is good. We've made some concessions, but none of it really gets to, anything that the citizens would notice, as far as, appearance or anything else.
Well, if it doesn't work out, there is some language in here. We can change it if we need to.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this?
Thank you for all your work on
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
thank
I
you
know
for
it's
all
been
the
a lot
work
of
on
work.
this. You worked a lot on this one. Would you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Melissa Hunt.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie. Lynn Lewis.
Mayor.
Yes. Okay, I didn't hear Daniel say. Okay, item number 4 is consider the preliminary plat of Hartley Addition located in the northeast quarter of Section 23, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being south of Southeast 4th Street and west of Eastern Avenue. Application by Samuel Harrell. Planning Commission recommended this 9-0. This is in Ward 1.
Mayor and Council, this property is located south of Southeast 4th Street and west of Eastern Avenue. The property is currently zoned C3 with a permissive use for mini storage. The applicant is proposing to develop the property with 2 lots. The front lot, which would front on Eastern Avenue, is proposed as a commercial retail site, and the western lot, or the back lot, is being proposed for mini storage. Public water and sewer utilities are available to serve this site. Access is provided by Eastern Avenue. They will have a shared access off of Eastern Avenue, so just one curb cut for both of those uses. The site does contain FEMA-regulated floodplain, and all FEMA requirements must be met for development within a floodplain. On-site detention is required. To be compliant with the stormwater management criteria, the plat must include a 50-foot buffer from the top of bank on the drainage channel to the west, and all building structures must be constructed with a finished floor elevation of 2 feet above the BFE. The Envision More 2040 plan calls for this location to be neighborhood commercial. Land uses in this classification include office, retail, and service uses. This application is in compliance with the Envision More 2040 plan. The site is located in an existing commercial area. It's near 4th Street and Eastern Avenue, and it is zoned for commercial retail use. Staff recommends approval of this application. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Good with this, with the storage unit?
It doesn't say.
Okay, anybody want to make a motion?
I make a motion, we pass.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote?
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
No.
Danielle McKenzie,
No.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes. Item carries. Item number 5 is consider acceptance of a quitclaim deed from Olympic Development, Company, J.W. Mashburn for a 1.82 acre parcel of land located in the northwest quarter of Section 13, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being south of Northeast 12th Street and west of Bryan Avenue.
Mayor and council, this item was placed on the agenda. The J.W. Mashburn is a developer of the Oak Creek and the Gold Medal Edition. After the development of those two additions, there was a lot that was left out. The original intent was to sell this lot for a commercial user, but this lot happens to be at the convergence of two streams and is completely within the floodplain. It's very unlikely that a commercial user would want this property. It would require a lot of engineering. So they asked the city if we would like to have this property be donated to us. So it's here for your consideration. Being located across the street from Buck Thomas Park, there are some opportunities for staging for events or overflow parking. You know, with enough engineering and money, it could even be a usable lot at some point. But it's here for your consideration.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a motion?
I would make a motion that we would
Accept it.
accept it.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes. Item carries.
That was very nice. I mean,
Mhm.
that was awesome. So,
It was very nice of them to do that.
hey, Mr. Mashburn.
Yeah.
it's kind of neat
Item
for
number
doing that.
6 is consider approval of a lot split located in the southwest quarter of Section 13, Township 10 North, Range 3 West, being east of Eastern Avenue and north of Southeast 4th Street. Application by First Fidelity Bank.
Mayor and council, this lot split application is located just north of the existing First Fidelity Bank on the corner of Eastern and 4th Street, Southeast 4th Street. This is just a remnant property of when they rebuilt their bank. They took up a smaller footprint. So it's a remnant piece of property. It does have access to water and sewer. There is already a driveway curb cut there. It meets all requirements for a lot split. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Okay.
Motion to approve?
All right, thank you.
Second the motion.
Thank you. We got a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 7 is consider authorizing the budgeted purchase of body camera storage from Davenport Group in the amount of $131,032 using state contract number SW1020D. And
Mayor and Council, this is for Augment, our body camera storage, 337 terabytes of storage. We generally go through and have a growth of about 20 terabytes per year. That just grows. So we project that this would last us for the next 5 years without having to come to you again for more.
So this is just a one-time fee for it, not a recurring annual fee for the storage?
Correct.
Okay. And you said it should last 5 years?
Should last 5 years.
Thank you.
So we
Motion to
currently
approve.
have 220 terabytes of data on hand. That equipment is aging out. They're no longer selling any add-ons to add more drive space to it. So this would be replacing that over time. 220 terabytes is a lot of data to transfer, so we'll just wait for a significant portion of that to age out before we copy over to the new hardware.
I trust you. Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you.
I have no
Do
clue.
we have a second? Did we have a second?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Yep,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Would you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes. Item carries. Item number 8 is consider approval of a new job description for a mental health liaison in the police department assigned to a pay grade 116 of the salary table approved by City Council on June 20th, 2016. Chief?
Mayor and council, this is a budgeted position, and it is actually a groundbreaking position for our community and for our first responders and public safety, and all city employees as that pertains to. This position would not only facilitate wellness and mental health services for first responders, police and fire, but they would also coordinate mental health trainings for first responders, as well as providing services to our mental health consumers in our community that are routinely contacted by the police or fire as well. So we think that this would be a great opportunity and very forward in our ability to service not only our internal customers, but our external customers as well. We'd recommend approval.
It's great.
Yeah, this is great, Chief. You did a good job on this. How soon do you expect to fill this position?
We would move, we've worked with the city manager and the HR director. We think that we're ready to go as soon as council approves, and we would hope to have the position filled within a month. We think that we'll have a high number of quality applicants, and we already have some feelers out just knowing that the position is being considered.
All right.
I make
Anybody
a
want-
motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Thank you.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 9 is consider approval of an FY 21-22 budget supplement for risk management, transportation impact fee, donations, and a 1/4-cent sales tax to budget additional funds and related expenses.
Mayor and council, we are requesting your approval on the following budget amendment for fiscal year '22. First, we would request your approval to transfer additional funds to risk management from MPWA to cover increased insurance, claim costs, workers' comp, and fees. Second is to budget transportation impact fees for the design of the 19th and Santa Fe intersection. Third is to budget additional funds to cover increased fire and emergency management equipment costs. Fourth is to budget excess sales tax for additional maintenance on residential streets. And fifth is to budget donations received by the fire department and the related expense. Be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Motion we approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other comments on this item? If not, would you call for the vote? Good job on this, by the way. It's a lot of work.
Thank you.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we'll recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item number 10 is the consent docket. Item A, receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Public Works Authority meeting held July 18th, 2022. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021 to 2022 in the amount of $921,036.53 and approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2022 to 2023 in the amount of $172,476.45.
Make a motion to approve the consent
All right.
docket.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second on the consent docket. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 11 is consider approval of the FY 2022-2023 budget supplement to budget additional funds and related expenses for sanitation trucks.
Mayor and council, we're requesting your approval to budget additional funds for fiscal year '23 towards 4 sanitation trucks you approved at the last council meeting. This will cover the increased costs for these vehicles that has occurred since our initial budget estimates were obtained at the beginning of the budget process. Glad to answer any questions you might have.
All right,
Motion to approve.
all right, thank you,
Crazy.
Second the motion?
thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? Would you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 12 is consider approval of FY 2021-2022 budget supplement for the MPWA to transfer additional funds to risk management.
Mayor and council, this is the companion item to item number 9 that you just approved to transfer additional funds to risk management from MPWA to cover increased insurance, claim costs, workers' comp, and fees. Be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Motion to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second?
Thank you, we appreciate it. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item number 13 is the consent docket. Item A is accept the minutes of the regular Moore Risk Management meeting held July the 18th, 2022. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2022-2023 in the amount of $250,899.21.
Motion to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second?
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes. Item carries. At this time, we will recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and reconvene the City Council meeting. Item 14 is new business. Item A is citizens forum for items not on the agenda. There's no one signed up. Anyone want to speak? Okay. Item B is item from the City Council or trustees.
I just have one thing. I've had several complaints, and it's from the same group of people, so I'm not sure the history of it, but on the security at the cemetery. And they've said that people are celebrating in maybe a little bit of an unconventional way with grills and music and alcohol, and that they've been cleaning it up. And this is so this isn't a one or two. This is something that I've heard from several families over about 6 weeks. So I know that we've talked about cemetery ordinances, but I think this is a separate issue. So if we could maybe talk outside the meeting and up security rounds through there, that would be helpful. These families are the families that lost high schoolers, so I know that they're there very, very regularly. They're saying it's happening very often.
Okay, anybody else? I understand the night out last night was really good, and we had excellent coverage on 3 news channels, so that was good. So appreciate everybody coming out for that. And anyway, good job. By the way, good job to you, Brooks. The city runs great, so
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Any items from the city manager, city manager, trust manager?
Just to echo what the mayor said about National Night Out, a lot of good turnout. The estimated crowd was between 4,000 and 5,000 people. They ran out of burgers at one point, so it was a popular event, and everyone had a good time. So congratulations to everyone involved.
Okay. Item 15 is adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Did we have a motion?
Yeah, Jason.
No. Would you call for the vote, please?
Wasn't letting you finish.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Melissa Hunt,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, we're adjourned. Thank you.